In the last lesson, we went over how to use trig ratios to solve for unknown sides. And in this lesson, we're going to review how to use trig ratios to solve for unknown angles. So the steps are very similar, but now we're going to be solving for an angle. So you're going to have to use these inverse functions on your calculator. This is easier to show with an example. So again, when you're first looking at an example, the first thing that you're going to do is label your sides. So the angle that we're working with here is this angle x. That is the theta, or the angle, that we care about. And the two sides that we know are 15 and 9. So the 9 is the opposite side, and the 15 is the adjacent. Remember, the hypotenuse would be the side across from the right angle. So I've got opposite and adjacent. So recall that we have SOHCAHTOA, and in this triangle we have O and A. So we are going to use tan. So tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. And in this triangle, tan theta, theta is x. That's our unknown. And our opposite is 9 over 15. Now this is where this gets a little bit different than in the previous lesson. We need to get x all by itself. And in order to do that, we need to get rid of tan. But tan isn't a value. Tan is a function. So we can't just divide by tan or subtract tan, because tan in and of itself isn't a value. So in order to get rid of this tan to isolate x, we need to use tan inverse. That's the opposite of tan. And we need to do tan inverse of the other side. So tan inverse of 9 over 15. Because you're using a calculator, it's best just to leave this as a fraction or as division instead of trying to find the decimal. So to get tan inverse on your calculator, you're going to use second function, because you'll see it's right above the tan button. So second function tan gives you tan inverse of 9 over 15. And I just put that in as division. So my angle in this case would be, I'm going to round it just to the nearest degree, 30.96, so 31. And it's an angle, so it would be in degrees. Let's do one more example here. In this example, we're looking for angle x again, so this is our theta. And we have the opposite and the hypotenuse, because it's across from the right angle. So O and H, we are going to use sine. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of x is equal to 18 over 25. Again, I need to get x all by itself. So I'm going to bring this sign over to the other side by using its inverse. 18 over 25. So on the calculator, you're going to do second function sine to get sine inverse divided by, sine inverse of 18 divided by 25. So our angle here is 46 degrees. So that's how we use trig ratios to find unknown angles.